Hello, everyone. How are we going? Who's a little bit more excited this week than last week? I guarantee you would be more excited next week than this week and the week after and the week after and the week after. Let me know in the chat if we have any influencers in the house, any influencer pros in the house. Let me know if you are about to become an influencer or an influencer pro. Let me know if you have no idea what that means, and we can talk to you guys about it. So tonight's going to be pretty informal. We've got Jeff Ross, influencer pro, Deb, yes, Nicolette, absolutely, all lots of influencer pros, lots. Chandler, Lisa, Becky, Siobhan, awesome guys. And I'm just going to and get some of you guys to come on and just let me know the reasons on why you are an influencer pro or why it would be a good reason to do so. And so, I've been having conversations back and forth with so many different people on, is it really worth doing? Shall I do now? And I'm just like thinking to myself, this is possibly one of the biggest no-brainers that I've ever seen in the industry. It's kind of like me saying to you, would you spend $500 in order to get $500 every single month? Now, if you said that to anyone on the street, they'd be like, take my money now, right? And I was talking to a gentleman earlier this week about, putting it in perception, putting it in perspective of what this business is. This business, in my opinion, if you can learn some skills, if you can be consistent, if you can get your belief, has the potential to bring in the highest incomes in America, in Australia, in the world, right? Because if you look at the top income earners on the DSA list, if you have a look at the top income earners on Business for Home, they're earning over $1 million a month, the top income earners. $500,000 a month, 600,000 a month, $300,000 a month. And so that's really big money. That's a lot more than, your typical CEO gets paid. Of course, network marketing can be part-time income for a lot of people. For this business, we spend $800 as an influencer pro to get started, and our overheads to run the business might be less than $300 per month. And people go, oh, I can't afford it. I can't. Oh, times are tough. And I know times are tough for some people. It's a real thing for sure. I'm always very respectful of people's budgets. However, if I said to you right now, let's do a bit of an experiment. Let me just ask you guys this question. I have my Ferrari parked out the back there. It's worth, about $500,000. If I said to you right now, you can have my Ferrari, it's yours. You just have to pay me 800 US dollars and you have to get it to me before August the 31st. So you can have my Ferrari, it's 800 bucks. You just have to get the money to me by August the 31st. In the chat, let me know if you could find that money. Now, even if you're on broke, you're going through a tough time, things aren't looking good, you're holding on to the money, who could find $800 to grab my Ferrari? Let me know. Becky says, take my money. Jeff Ross says, yep, I'll sell my blood. There's lots of things you can sell at hospitals these days, right? Susie says, for sure. Lewis says, no brainer. Why? Why are we saying for sure, no brainer, I'll sell my blood? Because Sherry says absolutely. Because we understand the value of that Ferrari. We understand it's a $500,000 Ferrari, and you might go and drive it for a day. You might go and drive it down the main street, beat the horn, pick your mate up. You might pick the kids up from school, but you're probably going to go and on-sell it, aren't you? Because you know it's worth 500,000. Maybe you only get 400, 300, $200,000 for that Ferrari. It's a very, very good investment. 800 bucks got the Ferrari. And so then why do we downplay and devalue starting a network marketing business that can bring us in a crazy amount of money if we learn the skills, be consistent, go to work? Why do we downplay that and devalue that and say, I can't afford it? It's not about that. It's that we haven't got the value of the Ferrari and we need to change our mindset around that. I remember someone saying that to me when I was 18, about to join Amway, said I couldn't afford it. And I was like, good point. I'm either doing this or I'm not doing this. And so, also in perspective of, when I started up my gyms, traditional business, we go to the bank and we ask them for a loan. We say, hey, I want to start up a gym. I want to start up a restaurant. I want to start up a cafe. I want to start up a car detailing business. I need a loan for $50,000, $100,000, $500,000 these days to start a restaurant or a gym, right? And we're going to the bank and we're borrowing this sort of money. Why? Because we've got a value on that business and what we think it's going to bring us in as a return and the time and effort that we're going to put into it. But again, people still won't pay $800 to start a network marketing business. So, there's some of the things that you can look at when you're talking to people out there, when you're talking to people in your team, you might come across that. The budget is a real thing, 100%. Tough times for a lot of people. I think Shoply can really be the answer for a lot of people, but also too, we as network marketers, our job is not to convince. You're not here to be a used car salesman. It's to show the value. If you can show somebody that it's going to be worth their time to get involved and build this, if it's going to be worth their time, that their income might be something pretty special, if you show them the value, if you understand their needs, their why, what are they looking for, they're going to think of this as the Ferrari and they're going to go Influencer Pro. But why would we go Influencer Pro? Well, why wouldn't we? My God, I've never been so excited. I mean, it's been absolutely incredible. We've brought the first 5,000 Influencer Pros into the company already. I think there's something like 70 Influencer Pros in our team already. And really today is the first day that it's open to everybody. So, the last 24, 48 hours has really been the first 1,000, the first 2,000. And, we've brought the first 5,000 people in. And now, the text message and emails have gone out to absolutely everybody. So, to have that many so quickly, I think people see that value. They see the Ferrari. But also, too, I want to bring on product to the marketplace. So real quick, I think people here pretty much know this, but you cannot bring product into this marketplace without being an Influencer Pro. So there's your first thing. Now, if I'm also going to be bringing in a team, I want to get 20% of my enrollments, not 15%. So there's another reason to be an Influencer Pro. On top of that, I can't earn money in this matrix thing by not upgrading to an influencer or an Influencer Pro. So if you're going to sit on the fence as an affiliate, that's cool. That's your guard. That's fantastic. No problems. But I was speaking with Travis and a few other people the other day, my team in the Philippines, and we are so early in this. It's very, very hard. And I'm never going to guarantee anyone numbers. I'm not going to guarantee anyone a dollar amount, but it's very, very, very hard for me to imagine that the timing that you have, that your team has in the next couple of months, but particularly right now, we're all timestamped. And if you do the mathematics on it, you need less than 150 people, to fall under you in the matrix in order for you to earn $500 a month doing nothing. You haven't enrolled anyone, you haven't even spoken to anyone, you have no intentions of ever speaking with anyone, and you're earning $500 a month just because you clicked that timestamp with Travis, with Mike, with Susie, with Riley, with Lindy, whoever, and you've upgraded to Influencer or Influencer Pro. It's very hard for me to imagine you haven't got 150 people that have rolled underneath you in that time frame, or that you won't have in the next month, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months. And so for me in Australia, that's around about 750 Australian dollars a month right now. That is not going to get the mortgage paid, but it's super handy money. Now, I have no intentions of doing nothing. I'm much more excited about the fact that let's think a little bit bigger. I mean, that's one reason to upgrade. But also, too, if I'm bringing in $10,000 a month from the matrix just from clicking that timestamp, and my team have brought in, $10,000 worth of volume, I don't want to miss out on unlocking the matrix income. So if I can see that the matrix income mathematically owes me $60,000, I don't think I could sleep at night knowing that I haven't done the work on the back end to build the volume so that the compensation plan doesn't unlock that $60,000. I'm going to go to work and unlock that. If you have any questions on how that actually works, please chuck it in the chat. We can unmute you and ask. But I'm just going to get a few people on the call. If you have upgraded to an influencer or Influencer Pro, or you're just about to, and you just want to raise your hand and say, hey, this is why I did it. This is why I love Shopley. This is why I would do it. Here are the reasons. This is why it's a no-brainer. This is my intentions. I'd love to hear from you. So I might just call on the one and only Travis Flaherty to start us off with. I know you've always got great perceptions around that, like real down-to-earth perceptions, not hypey ones. So Travis, love to hear from you on the tradings as always.
Hey, it's good to be here, and I am proud and excited to be an Influencer Pro. And I'm so happy to see each and many of you that are following suit as well. I think that the first thing that we have to do is just recognize the opportunity that we have in our hands. And Aaron, you said it so well. I mean, you'd almost have to be crazy not to upgrade. I mean, even at the very least, let's say that you get to that $500 per month level of income. That's $6,000 per year, year after year, with only 125 people in your organization. You understand the time and date stamp of where you are right now. It's going to be very difficult to not be able to enjoy that level of growth and excitement with where we are at this stage of the game. And I think that most of you recognize that, or you wouldn't be here on this call. The key, Aaron, is we have to go help others recognize that. I think that right now, what I spent my day doing is number one, I filmed a video that I sent to every one of my personals, thanking them for trusting me and ultimately registering with me this early in the process, and letting them know what I'm going to go do with this opportunity. And I'm inviting them now to lock arms with me and helping them to understand that those that join this success team that I'm putting together are going to benefit tremendously from everything that I do moving forward. And make sure that they understand what it is that they are going to lose by not upgrading here and now. And the fact that, as the Wayne Gretzky once said, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And so I'm spending, the next few days really just personalizing, having conversations with anybody and everybody that registered with me, and helping them to see the big picture, helping them to understand the vision. I think that the greatest leaders, Aaron, they have an ability to be able to paint a clear picture of a vision of where it is that we're going to go in the future, and then ultimately work themselves backward, and then help those individuals to see how this opportunity is going to help them to go from where they are to where it is that they want to go. It's going to help them to close the gap. And I'll just leave everyone with this. At the end of the day, guys, all we're doing right now is we're giving people more options in their life. That's really all we do. I know this. How many of you guys know somebody that went to bed last night saying a prayer asking for financial solutions? Drop an I in the comments section if you know somebody that went to bed last night saying a prayer asking for financial solutions. I guarantee you, every single one of you knows somebody that put their head on that pillow last night and they were stressed. They lost sleep last night, worried about how they're going to make a mortgage payment, how they're going to make a car payment, how they're going to make a credit card payment. And I want you to understand something. You have the ability to be able to change their lives. You have the ability to be able to be the answer to someone's prayer. And so for me, I know this right now more than ever before in the history of our economy, people are looking for solutions. We have them here at Shopley. We have the ability to be able to go out and make a difference. And so I would just encourage you to look at this as not the end, right? We're not at the end of the finish line where we're now upgrading. We're just now getting started. And it's so critical and important for us to go out there and continue to share the message, share the hope, share the inspiration, share the vision, share the dream, and share what it is that you are going to go and do with Shopley. And I promise you, if you do that from a place of conviction, people are going to want to participate in what it is that you have. So I'm excited, Aaron. I'm gonna rock and roll this week and continue my inviting and continuing to help others to understand the value of upgrading, even if they're not going to build right now. The fact that somebody would consider giving up a seat at this stage of the game and not have even that option down the road is a mistake. And I'm going to do my best to help people to understand that. So back to you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not, this is when you understand it, it's helping them to understand it, like what Travis said, because the early bird, like getting in a week ago, 4 weeks ago, to then miss out on that because they haven't upgraded and it's September the 2nd, I feel bad for them. This is not about a money grab. This is about them understanding. Are you sure? I'm just giving you the choice, but as long as you're educated on your decisions, then that's going to be totally up to you. And so that's what this is. I look at it as it's not yeah, upgrade, 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 make me money, make me money. It's literally let's link arms and let's bring some amazing product into this marketplace together. Because if we don't bring amazing product into this marketplace in the back end, this thing won't work. And so for me, it's about I can only do that with you if you're an influencer pro. And so that's what I'm all about. It's all about linking arms with the right people. Let's bring in some quality product into the marketplace. We have to be influencer pros to do that. And let's go and get people passionate about product. This is not an upgrade digital Ponzi. This is a real thing where we're really helping people. And, Travis made a good point. I've kind of, we do these Zooms. I'm having conversations 24/7 with people that just in the last sort of 48 hours, I've sort of sat back and just sort of let it unfold organically to see who upgraded organically, to see the system, to see who's running, to see who the leaders are. But then for me now, over the next, 4 days, now I'm really going to be plugging in and ringing and voicing and texting the people that perhaps, they see that there's stuff in the Telegram, they see stuff in the Facebook, but they're not really reading it. They're busy in their life. They're not really valuing it yet, but they do want to upgrade. So for me now, that's a personal message for them because I think I've had something like 11 or 12 personal upgrades, something like 70 people in the whole team. And so, I've still got maybe another 20 people that can personally upgrade. I should get around about 80% of people to do that. But these guys are the second tier now that perhaps aren't tapping in as much. So your next 4 days now is really about don't presume that people are reading everything in Telegram or Facebook because it's amazing how many people actually don't. That's where your time can be really well served. Lewis, are you there, brother? I'd love to hear from you. I know you're pumped about Shopleash, Influencer Pro. How have you found it?
G'day, everyone. Aaron, Travis, everyone. How are you? Good. Yeah, absolutely, Aaron. I am extremely pumped. When I first saw this, I understood it and I loved it. And the thing, or the reason why I loved it was that I saw that there were these 8, income streams within Shoply. And I suppose at my core, I'm a business development guy. I work in a commercial environment as well as being a network marketer. So when I saw that there was something for people that could come in that could be, let's call it, a bit more on the fence, well, not on the fence, but more passive, I thought, great, it appeals for those people. There's something for them there that they can enjoy some of the benefits. There's people that are your true network marketers that are going to grow, they get it, and they're just going to do what they do, and like we all are here. And then there's also those that are network marketers, but also have that entrepreneurial, vision that they love talking to people. They love doing, let's say, deals, not in a salesy type of way, but they love to bring people together. And I know there's some here on this Zoom as well that just love connecting people and networking and bringing businesses together. And Ron's been talking a lot about that, collaboration. And so when I saw that, I thought, great, I can do my network marketing. I can enjoy some passive income. I can share it with people that want to enjoy some passive income. But then me as an individual, and as you said, Aaron, I want to go out and grow it. I already have, visions and companies of, like, I'm sort of in that holding pattern at the moment of wanting to go and talk to companies that I know. I've seen some really cool companies, small, maybe some cottage type, little businesses that are just can explode with bringing in, coming in with Shoply. So when I saw that, I thought it's fantastic. And I think, from my personal point of view, in the people that I've introduced and invited, that are still quite a few there that need to, maybe, make a decision. The diversity of the people that have come in that I probably would have never thought would have come into a true network marketing type business has been pretty eye-opening for me. So that really inspires me. And that's where, I think, we're only at the start, right? We're only at the beginning. So the world is our oyster. And, as you just touched on then, even for those that are going to be somewhat passive, that they only need 130, 140, 150 people under the matrix. It's a no-brainer. So that's me. So thank you very much.
Thanks, brother. And
thanks, guys.
Carmen knows I'm going to ask on her because she had that cheeky smile when I said be a co-host. So Carmen, your perspective at the moment?
I wasn't sure. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure what was going on there. I'm like, I'm not taking over your meeting. Anyways, thank you, Aaron, and thank you, Travis. And oh my God, you guys, I don't even know where to begin. Just the last few days, just the messages I'm getting on my phone. I mean, I know, and like what you're saying is people are not plugged in. They have not been, watching everything I've been watching. So their level of conviction or understanding is not where mine is.
Mm.
So I think the biggest thing for me, for bringing in, I've brought in quite a few people, and they've also been bringing in people, but I mean, we're sharing stuff, and I think for me, the biggest thing is to be sure that everybody truly understands the opportunity of these time-stamped positions.
Mm.
This time will never come again. And I guess for me, I take that very seriously, because I want the people who I brought in are people who are important to me for whatever reason. I've worked with them, or I know them, how, whatever. And I just want them to see the value, to make a true and an informed decision. So I'm really kind of, yeah, my voice is a little bit sore. I've been leaving voice messages all day, kind of touching base and just trying to make sure that people just, I don't want them to feel pressured, but I want them to see it, so they make that decision. This is probably the most excited I've ever been, and I can't remember how long. It's not fluff. This is tangible. This is real. This is exciting. And I think that's why I can barely catch my breath, because I think I woke up 4 times through the night, because I was just so excited. I wanted to get, I got to get a team over in Australia, I guess, so I can talk to them when I'm, when my team here is sleeping.
And you
Anyways,
will be 24/7.
I'm
Yeah.
just really grateful to be here, you guys. This is exciting. Every part of it. Every part of
Love
it.
it. Thank you so much, Carmen. Siobhan, how are you? Can you unmute if you're available? And I know that you've been stepping stoning through this, but I always love to hear from your excitement.
Hi everybody, I'm Siobhan. I am really excited about Shopley. I think it's got so much potential for anybody, and whatever you see in Shopley, it's your vision. You can carry it through in your own way. There's not a lot of opportunities that give us that choice, and I'm really excited to bring on vendors, bring some communities together, businesses helping businesses. I think there's going to be a huge opportunity to really get traditional businesses in supporting one another, and I just can't wait to be able to do that and show that vision and do what my husband and I are wanting to do in that regard. I agree with everything that everyone else has said before. If you can understand the timestamp position you have right now, it is a no-brainer to get involved in Shopley right now for $500 or $800 US. This is such a huge opportunity to jump in. This business is ground floor, just starting today. People are only enrolling today. So if some of you have had timestamp over the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, there are people going to just naturally fall in on this community matrix behind you. And as Aaron said, just under 150 people would be giving you back your $500 every month, US dollars. So I'm really excited. I think we're in the right place, right time. Grab your vision and run with it, and let's do this. It's great. Thanks,
Awesome.
Aaron.
Thanks so much. You can tell who the leaders are and who's building, because no one's got a voice. Everyone's been talking too much, unless they've got a bit of a flu. So today we're going to hear from Jeffrey Ross with AI, which I'm really excited about. That's more like the nuts and bolts of our training tonight. I just thought I'd get on, talk about the upgrades. I'm going to show you a little bit of my back office just now, so you can, you've probably been playing around with that, but I just want to show you a few reports. But Jeff, just probably in like 60 seconds or less, just introduce yourself. This is who is going to be, this is our like in-house team influence AI guy that's going to be a vendor on our platform. Everything AI is great with everything branding and online. We're going to just learn some real quick basics tonight from Jeff after I show you my back office. But just, real quickly, introduce yourself there, Jeff, and Influencer Pro for you, and then we'll bring you back on and share your screen a little bit later.
Good gold, mate. Thank you very much. And sitting here in Phuket, Thailand at the moment, having an awesome time. So guys, my name's Jeff Ross. For those who don't know me, I'm also known as the Caffeinated Kangaroo, a bit of a crazy Aussie. I love my family. I've got 3 young boys, and I love travel. But basically, I love the laptop lifestyle, and I love helping people achieve their purpose-driven life. And you know, the most thing I love about this whole community is we're all, you know, we're all entrepreneurs, and we're all looking to lead that laptop lifestyle, but not just about for ourselves, but to help others and to serve others and bring them up to, you know, basically out of Sucksville and to take them to Awesome Town, as I like to call it. And man, so honored to be on this journey with every one of you.
Thank you so much, Jeff. And we're going to hear a little bit more from Jeff with AI, and I'll be taking a ton of notes from Jeff on that as well. So real quickly, just before we bring Jeff on, let me just show you a few little cool things. So this is what you will see once you've upgraded, and you guys will seeing this so far. Probably about 30% of the reports are up and running at the moment. And then the rest are just coming online each time. The one that I keep my eye on, if you sort of come down here on the phone, it's a little bit different. On the phone, you can just click them as you see it. This is on the laptop, obviously, but organization, I'd like to jump into the scorecard and have a bit of a look at the status progress. That's always a lot of fun. So just touching base on this one, this is how I pretty much operate my business month to month, you know, for a couple of decades now. Is up on the wall here, which you can't see. I've actually got the one table slide of the compensation plan pinned up on my wall, so that I know, okay, what's my volume that I've got to create to get to the next rank? Okay, how many customers do I need? What's my leg percentage? And so month by month, I'm always looking to rank advance. You know, I'm not looking to stay stagnant in my business. How many more people do I need to enroll to get there? What's my volume requirements? What's my daily requirements? And, you know, being someone that's real with you guys, I can tell you right now that there's probably never going to be a better chance for you guys to hit some kind of very cool rank than August and September. And again, being real, get prepared for a lower second, third, fourth month. That's just how it works. Everyone's coming in right now at Influencer Pro. The company's giving us 1 point to $1 for these enrollments. I didn't expect that. I knew that the $29 a month and the $39 a month was point to dollar ratio. So I know that my $39 a month or my $40 a month at Influencer Pro is worth 40 PV, which is insanely good. I did not expect the $800 at Influencer Pro to also be worth 800 points. Like, it's insane. And so each person that upgrades, you know, you're getting 800 volume points that's flowing through for your qualification, for your uni level out the back end, which you'll get paid monthly for the matrix node. All of this stuff adds up, right? But then you think about the second, third month, people are only going to have 100 PV. That's their monthly qualification. So your volume is going to go down. Your check is probably going to be smaller. So I'm just setting expectations for you guys here. You might do 5K in your first month. You might do 50K in your first month. The second month might be $900. That's how it pretty much always works, setting those expectations for you. But then away we go, right? Then we duplicate. Now we grow. Now we really set some big targets. And you want to give yourself that 1, 2, 3 year plan. I see people all the time get to month number 3, it dips and they quit. Like, it drives me insane, but it just is what it is. People's mindsets aren't there yet. You need to do a lot more entrepreneurial work. And there's lots of companies out there launching. You know, people say, oh, I've lost people to this company and this company. That's going to happen as well. But what I can tell you right now is, as Shoply develops and matures and gets the name out there, gets stories, rank advancements, they're all going to come back, because nothing's changed. The industry's still the industry. The problems are still the problems, and Shoply still has the solutions. And so I just want to set those expectations. You're going to lose people. You're going to gain people. Your check's going to go up, your check's going to go down. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. I'm just giving you guys real talk here. The key is to understand why you became an entrepreneur in the first place, why you chose Shoply in the first place, and go and get your tunnel vision on and go and build this thing. And if we link arms and do that together, you'll come out the other side with that 12-month plan, 2 years, 3 years. And what we always say, you know, Tony Robbins always says this, is we grossly overestimate what we can do in a short period of time. We grossly overestimate what we can do in that month, 2 months, 3 months, that year. But as human beings, we also grossly underestimate what we can do in the long term. because it kicks in. That duplication, that leverage, that compound interest kicks in. We underestimate what we can achieve 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the track. But you got to give it the time. You got to be consistent. It can be super powerful. Most people just don't give it that chance. You guys have seen that picture of the guy with the pick and shovel, just about to hit gold and gives up, turns around, walks away. Network marketing can be much the same. So this is the scorecard. You can see here, I like it because, you know, I can look up at my wall and see the table, but it tells me everything I need to know right here. So I can click on, I actually have a lot of fun just clicking on this every hour to see where I might come out at the end of the month. So let's say, for example, my goal by the end of September is to be a micro influencer #1. I can click on this rank here and it's going to give me how I'm traveling. So, okay, yep, I'm commissionable. I am an affiliate or an influencer. Yep, I'm an influencer pro. That line is green. I have an active subscription. Yes. Do I have 200 PV? Yes, I do. I actually have 800 because I've upgraded to Influencer Pro. So that line is 100% green. I need 7,000 volume points to be a micro influencer #1. Do I have 7,000? Yes, I do. My leg percentages, okay. Yep, they're okay because at micro influencer 1, again, referring to my table up here, I can have 75% of all my volume coming from just one team. So these are all things that we need to know and measure. I don't want you guys to worry too much at this stage about these last two. All right, qualified customers. I've got 0 customers right now. Why do I have 0 customers right now? Because customers aren't even coming on the platform until September. So it's actually right now physically impossible for me to have a customer. So don't worry too much about this one. And then to have a T1, they need to have customers. And so don't worry about these last two. I'm actually going to Zoom with Ron Williams after this just to see how they'll run this in terms of your rank in August and September. Because, you know, if I want to click on, let's go all the way to macro influencer. Let's have a look at this one, for example. Okay, macro. Green line, green line, green line. Okay, do I have 20,000 volume points? Guys, we've been doing this for 2 days. 25,000 volume points, yes. And my leg percentages, okay, yes. Okay, so it looks like I could hit macro level 1. What about Mac 2? How are we going for Mac 2? Ooh, this looks pretty good. So I need 50,000 volume points. Do I have that? Yes, fantastic. I'm pumping. Mac 3, am I there yet? Okay, this one looks a little bit different. So yes, I'll tick all those boxes there. Now I need 100,000 volume points to be Mac 3. Kind of sounds cool, that Mac 3, right? I've got 74,600. So to me, this is like a game. This is gamified. You've got a lot of people around the world just playing video games right now, wasting their life around. I'm playing network marketing video games. I'm trying to get this orange line to be green here. So I need, you know, another 25,000 points to get 100,000 volume points to be a Mac 3. So that line tells me that I'm 75% of the way there pretty much. Also to here, if I'm reading this one correctly, I've just been looking at this the last couple of days, is that I need that pretty much the rest of that 25% volume to come from a different team. It can't come from the one team. Like let's say the majority of this 74,000 points is all from Siobhan's team, for example. I would need now my new fresh volume to equal the 100,000 to be from Jeff's team or Travis's team or Carmen's team, something like that, in order to have my percentage. Because at Mac 3, again, I look up at my sheet up here, Mac 3, I can have 60% of all of that 100,000 volume come from one team. But I couldn't have 75% of all the volume come from one team, or I wouldn't actually rank as a Mac 3. So it's clicking along pretty nicely. I think I'll hit 100,000 points by tomorrow. So we'll be Mac 3 theoretically, right? And then, you know, my goal was kind of diamond here, D1 out of the gate. So 150,000, we'll see how we go for that one. But that's how you can read how you're traveling. Right now with the launch, because it's 800 points, 800 points, 800 points, you can rank advance very, very quickly. So I would come in here and refresh this once a day and see how you're traveling. I would set yourself a goal whatever gets measured gets improved. I would set yourself a goal. Where do you want to be, say, by the end of September? What's your goal? Where do you want to be by the end of August? All right. And don't worry too much about these Mac legs, T1 legs, customer legs just for the moment, right? Moving forward, for example, to be a diamond, I would need 20 customers. That's going to be pretty easy because I'm just going to go and enroll an affiliate and the affiliate's going to go get all my customers, right? I'm not really going to be a big customer enroller, but your affiliate customers count towards your customers. Easy. And the other one that's kind of cool to look at, organization. If you click on connections, sometimes the spreadsheet comes up here, which gives you every single person in your organization. But that spreadsheet is then turned into this image, like a genealogy, which isn't quite ready yet. The holding tank here is an important one. So this is where you'll see, again, you don't need to worry too much about this right now. And I wouldn't click any of these placement buttons. Please don't place anyone right now. We'll do some trainings on this. But this is where the rubber will meet the road over the next few weeks. And we need to do a ton of training on this because this is all your personal enrollments, whether they're influencer or influencer pros. Now we get to decide, okay, am I building 40 teams wide? Am I building 2 teams wide? 3, 5, 7, 10? That's really a personal choice. And we're going to do a ton of training on this so that you're not sort of left thinking, well, what do I do? What's best? What's the best for me for commissions? What's the best for me long-term? What's the best for my team? Bit of a strategy involved in that. And depending on which network marketer you speak to, they have different theories with this. The way I like to work is I like to help Carmen rank advance. I want to help Siobhan rank advance. I want to help Lewis rank advance. I want to help Jeff rank advance. Why? Because that helps them make more money. That means they're going to stick with me. I know that they kind of like me and they want to stick with me, but let me tell you right now, people aren't going to stick with you. They're going to stick with you because they're passionate, because they're making money, because they love the product and the culture is good. And then we're all going to go and be mates later anyway at the bar in Phuket. But right now, people are going to stick around because they see value. And in the next 10 years, they're going to stick around because they see value. And so I'm in this for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And so to go and build wide, like I could actually not place anybody, which means all my level ones just stay level 1. That's probably how I'm going to make the most money from a mathematical compensation plan point of view. But maybe then Carmen gets a bit bored, like, Siobhan gets a bit bored. Lewis is like, yeah, I've enrolled like 30 people. That's turned into 1,000, but I'm making $600 a month. It's not exactly getting me too excited. Oh, what's this shiny light over here? Weight loss product that I snap into my alcohol. Oh, that looks really cool. I go join that company. And away he goes. But what if I placed 6 or 7 people into Lewis's team, which turned into another 2,000 people, and he's making $2,900 a month? Lewis is not going anywhere. And so we'll do some training on this because you don't want to go too deep as well, because you might earn like 15% on the uni level from your level 1s, but then I'm placing someone underneath Lewis. Now I'm only earning 7% on that person. Now I'm going to go even deeper. I'm going to place that person underneath Carmen. Now I'm only earning 3% on that person. So there will be a balance on how deep you want to place somebody versus width. For me, just from my understandings at the moment, I'm probably looking at going around about 5 levels wide, like 5 teams wide, 5 or 6, right? So that's just my theory at the moment. I want to build the fewest amounts of team possible. I want to build deep, almost like a binary build, right? But at the same time, and understanding that you will need 3 teams to go to the top of the comp plan. You can make some really good money in rank advance with 1 team in the beginning, 2 teams in the beginning. Eventually, you will need a 3rd team to go to the top. Now, if I just go 3 wide and I go, and I'm only, again, I just go with the video people I can see. It's why I'm using Jeff and Lewis and Carmen as examples. So let's say I place Jeff on 1 team, Lewis on another team, Carmen on the 3rd team. Fantastic. All 3 amazing leaders. They go and smash the business out. I'm sitting back, beautiful. I'm perfectly balanced with 3 legs. And then Lewis goes and joins his new shiny light company and takes his whole team with him. Oh, now I've got 2 legs. I have to rebuild a whole new leg. So to me, it's almost just a little bit of insurance to have your 4th leg, 5th leg sort of happening. Again, Ron is very good at building deep. He's really only starting off with 2 or 3 teams, and he's sort of going to build, a 3rd and 4th team later on. Everyone's different. Nick is probably not hardly placing anyone. He's just going to go like wide and too bad and make the most amount of money. And, you know, there's lots of different ways you can do it. So we'll do some training on that. But this is where you'll find people in the holding tank. Your customers at the moment is really just everyone in your team. You can have a look through there. It's kind of cool, that little customer spreadsheet, because it tells you who's upgraded. So you can sort of keep track. So if you are going through your personals and you want to ring and say, hey, what's happening there? That report will sort of tell you, okay, this is who's upgraded and who hasn't. Commissions, this isn't live yet, but you'll have your live commissions, your lifetime earnings, which is always nice to reflect back on. Your points will be shopping points. So you'll get like loyalty points in here as well for shopping. Lots of different reports so you can keep track of your matrix and your downline. Scorecard we went through. Bonus, you know, that might be like the yearly bonus, eligibility and any other bonuses, trips and things like that. Fast pass, not sure what that is. If you click on that, it just says coming soon. It's probably like a getting started, you know, fast pass sort of, you know, first 60 days or something like that, perhaps. That's your genealogy profile. And again, things like commissions, there's no wallet available just yet. But that'll be in there in the coming days. And so you'll just go in there, you'll update all your details with your wallet. You'll probably have to upload your ID, maybe a household bill, you know, pass the KYC, put your bank account details in there to get paid over the next week or two. So that'll be coming really soon. Your quick view is just, you know what, how many people have jumped into my business today? Okay, great. I've got 11 personal influencer pros. 2 influencers, so what's that? 14 people have upgraded personally on level 1. That's great. Total in the team, 91 influencer pros. Fantastic. So you can kind of have a quick snapshot of everything here. Even like, you know, where's my rank advance? I've got 74,000 volume points right now. That's kind of cool. So that's just a really quick snapshot to have a look at. You can go, okay, T1, so kind of like that. Where's my macro 3? Okay, I'm 75% of the way there. So it's just a different way to look at it of the quick snapshot. So that's really what's available in the back office right now. Lots of more things are coming. So that's at my.shopley.com, my.shopley.com, right? So that's where you'll find out. You just log in with the same criteria as you did with your invite back office. And that's the availability there at the moment. So you know, your focus on your activities right now would be level 1s, making sure to have the information, upgrade, August 31st, let's go. But also too, your free invite system is still running. So I'm still sending out free invites all the time, just to take them almost through that funnel. So free invite, they've got the information, great. Hey, by the way, it's upgrade time. So this is now available to everybody. And so they still don't see it in their invite back office. Just send your team to my.shopley.com, log in with the same credentials. The upgrade button will be there for everybody now. So we can get that happening. Right, guys, let's change gears a bit. If you have any questions on that, I might sit back and put myself on mute and just go through questions and answer them for you. That might be a good Q&A, but I really want you focused on the best looking kangaroo in Australia, Mr. Jeffrey Ross, because you know, if you want to leverage your time, AI is where it's at. If you want to create an amazing brand online, use AI. Save yourself so much time. I had to write a 5-page booklet the other day for, you know, why buy property in Queensland. AI, done. Got someone on Upwork to make it look a bit pretty, all done in 30 minutes. You know how long that would have taken me to write it all out, do that? Oh my God, it's almost like Google's a dinosaur. And so let's all pay attention to Jeff. Jeff, you have the floor, my friend. Jeff's just an incredible networker and he's an incredible human being as well. You know, it's kind of like if you look at a footballer on field, what's he like off the field? You know, Jeff's a great person off the field as well. If you get to know him, and I'm sure on the coming trips, you'll get to know him. Just on that real quick, without giving too much away, because we're not quite there yet, but get ready just in the back of your mind, way back there somewhere, for an incredible team influence retreat, possibly, maybe, probably coming up in Phuket, Thailand in February, where we're going to go and learn even more crazy entrepreneurial stuff. Maybe Jeff will be there, maybe he won't. But what happens if we put that retreat onto Shoply as a vendor, and we gave you guys, I don't know, $300 the affiliate that you could promote it outside of Shoply. So you go bring 10 of your girlfriends along. There's $3,000. What if the trip cost you $2,900? Well, now you've just made $100 going to Phuket, Thailand, and you've just learned some incredible stuff with some incredible people. Maybe that's the thing. Just stay tuned in the back of your mind for that. Let me know if that may interest you. If I don't get at least 20 yeah babies in the comments, then we'll just scrap it. No problems. I need at least 20 yeah babies. But that's a conversation for another day. Jeffrey Ross, you can share your screen, brother. Over to you.
Mate, you got a yeah baby from me, that's for sure. And actually going down Balang Road last night, I come across the Kangaroo Bar. So we'll definitely have to make sure we go and have a few beers at the Kangaroo Bar. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much, Aaron, for this opportunity just to, shine. But basically, guys, when, Aaron's talked me up a fair bit there, and he's definitely put the spotlight on it, and I appreciate that. But when it comes to network marketing, when I first started, I totally sucked. Like it's just, this is a game where you can learn how to, fail forward. And it's basically like, I look at it as a game, as a very much, it's a Mario Brothers game. And at the end of every level at a Mario Brothers game, there's a big boss battle, right? You got to jump on the head of the big boss to be able to conquer that level to get to the next level. And life is like that. The entrepreneurial journey is like that. And learning AI as a tool is very much like that too. And one of the things that, it was taught probably about 5 or 10 years ago on social media, especially in the network marketing arena, and it's still seen today, is case theory. Is copy and steal everything case. And I don't believe that we need to do that these days, because if you just, if I just copy Aaron's post, or if I just copy Travis's post or Lewis's post, I'm just looking like another carbon copy, as another brand ambassador of XYZ company. There's an opportunity that's been missed out hugely here, and that's personal branding. And so that's why I dive into the AI arena, is to be able to help network and affiliate marketers create a personal brand to be able to help separate themselves from everybody else. Like, I know that we're all here in community, and we're all here representing Shoply as ambassadors, and this is a wonderful community. But what's going to make someone go with Aaron, or go with me, or go with Nicolette? It's your personal brand. It's you. It's your voice. It's the way that you show up online. And AI has helped a lot of people get out of their own way. Basically, there's a stat that's flowing around at the moment that, this is a USA stat. I need to find the Australian stat, but 91 businesses in USA want to be using AI, but only actually 3% are. So what does that tell us? It tells us a few things. It tells us that people are either overwhelmed, and when we get into overwhelm, we go into procrastination city. It's the whole unaware, maybe just don't even know what's possible in this space. And so this is why I dove into this space about 12 months ago when ChatGPT really first launched. I've been a social seller for the last 16 years. And one of the biggest struggles that I always found as a coach was teaching people how to create content that spoke like them, essentially traction marketing 101, helping them get out of their own way. And basically, stop the problems of inconsistency and overwhelm and procrastination. Because let's face it, if we've got to put up content that comes out of this, this machine up here, our head, every day, if we don't know who we're marketing to, if we don't know how we can serve our community, it gets challenging to put content up every day to talk about the product and the product alone. And this is why we see people go in on these 30-day challenges. They'll go all in for 10 days and then they'll stop. And it's a bit like that yo-yo effect. And I'm guilty of doing this myself, back in the early days. But now, now I understand how to use AI. Now I understand how to tap into the power of it. It's basically unleashed this creative energy, and now I can't shut up. Now it's like I'm talking, I can't put up enough posts every day to keep going with it. But this is the thing though. This is the promise with AI is it will help unleash that creativity energy. But there's always a premise with every promise. And, this is the promise here is if you can use it and learn how to tap into it as a tool, it'll serve you really well. But if you go and use it as a replacement, you're basically going to set yourself up for fail. And I truly believe that AI is just a tool. It'll enhance what you put in. If you put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. You put great stuff in, you're going to get even better stuff out. So our mantra here at the Laptop Lifestyle Dads community is it's AI plus your heart equals your superpower. So I just want to really set that tone there for, this is not a replacement by any means. It's a tool to enhance you, to bring out the best in you. So just some basics I want to dive into here today and basically just set the tonality here and teach you how to start leveraging this tool. When I first got onto ChatGPT, I did the amateur mistake of, I'm a marketer. I know what I'm talking about. I'll just get on there, and I started prompting a couple of different, basic prompts, and I didn't give it any foundation. I put garbage in, and I got garbage out, and I was very sorely disappointed with the results. And so much so that I've actually got a YouTube video that I put up there probably around about 16 months ago now. They're basically saying, stay away from ChatGPT. It's going to damage you. It's not going to help you. It's going to destroy your brand, because it doesn't sound and speak like you. So you've got, but AI is a very powerful tool, and I had to learn how to eat some humble pie, because I saw a lot of people out there who were making it sound like them. And I thought, okay, what are they doing? What am I doing different to what they are doing? And I had to come to learn it's about the prompting. Now, I'm not here to teach you how to be a prompt engineer. I've got a few fill in the blank prompts that I'm going to give you today just to help you to, basically get the basics down pat. But it's artificial intelligence. It's basically, you got to treat AI, especially if you're using it for the first time, like a kindergarten child. You got to educate it. You've got to give it the information that you need it to understand you. I've got a 5-day boot camp that I host. Basically, it goes through this whole principle of teaching you, the ins and outs, the mission statement, the values, what you stand for, what you stand against, your likes, your interests. You've got to educate the AI to be able to serve you in a space like, create a post in 30 seconds. So it takes a little bit of work there to get that going. And I just want to show you an example here. So that whole case theory, copy and steal everything, right? It can still work for us, but you've got to get some flair into it and make it sound like you. So Travis put up this post here 4 hours ago. And yes, Travis, I'm going to pick on you, man, because you're a legend. So Travis put this post up, and I totally resonated with that post. And so I could quickly, I could put up my own image, and I could just go copy and paste that, done, post. Now, there's two things that's going to happen here. Facebook's actually going to dislike that, because the algorithm's actually designed to take unique and original content over anything else. You want more engagement on your content? Don't copy and paste anybody else from here on out. You can still take this concept, though, and reword it to make it original. So what I did here was I took, Travis's post here, and I put it into ChatGPT, and I said, reword it in my tone, in my brand, in my style, and come up with this post. It's exactly the same post as Travis's here. If you read it, if you knew a way, I'd be smiling too. The truth is, extra income isn't a luxury anymore. It's a necessity. With the cost of everything skyrocketing, a little extra cash flow, right? So it's the same post. If you knew what I knew, you'd be grinning like a roo with a belly full of Tim Tams. Let's face it, a bit of extra income is just a nice to have. It's become a must to have, with the prices shooting up faster than a kangaroo on Red Bull. A bit of extra cash could not be a game. It could be a game changer, right? So it's put my personal flair into it. It's put my Aussie, my dad joke humor, the caffeinated kangaroo is part of my brand. So it's, it's always talking about kangaroos and, different ways to get the kangaroo excited. I've taken time to mature my AI bot to be able to sound like me. So what I did with this post here is I just took it. I said, reword in my style. That's Travis's post there. And this is what I come up with. Now, I don't have to adjust my content too much anymore, because I've revised it, I've corrected it, and I've taught the AI to be like what I need it to be. So this is an end result, guys. Now, it took me time. I've been using ChatGPT here for over 12 months, nearly probably 30 times a day to educate and mature the bot to become efficient like that. So where do you start then? If that's the end result, like starting with the end in mind, how do we now educate the bot? Well, in 30 minutes, I haven't got time to teach you that today. I do a 5-day boot camp where I can go through with that. But just to start with here, I wanted to give you some of the basics to work with and start to make the AI sound like you, right? So it's all about the prompting, and so you've got to teach it, and you've got to be very specific with it in instructions with regards to ChatGPT. You want to pretend you're talking to a human being. You're talking to a virtual assistant in the Philippines, and even dumb it down so there's no room for interpretation. So like I've got here, I'm going to give you this prompt here, and I'll copy and paste it in the link in a second in Zoom. But this is my prompt here to be able to help you to start to get the content to sound and speak like you, to be an expert ghostwriter on your behalf. So you can see here, acting as an expert ghostwriter, assessing the tone, the style, the voice, the personality, the perplexity, the burstiness, using the following sample content, mimic my style. So I want to teach, AI straight away to start to be a ghostwriter for me. So I need to give it some sample content to be able to do just that. So let's just do this quickly now. I'm just going to quickly just copy and paste this prompt here. And, so all you've got to do is just fill in the blank. So this is the blank here in the bold and brackets. So I'm going to just go quickly now and copy that. Let's go to ChatGPT. Now, I'm assuming you've gone and set up your own account here. And every time you start a new chat bot, you're starting a clean slate. You've got to re-educate that bot each time. There are a couple of tricks there. You can get the memories going and all that sort of thing for you. But let's just assume it's a clean bot each time. So this is why I'll continue to, work on each bot and prompt it. So this one here is basically my prompt that I'm using actively at the moment. So I've got different things going there, and I'll continue to use it over and over and over and over and over again, because that's where the artificial intelligence kicks in. I don't have to re-educate it each time, because it's continually to build that out, and it's getting smarter each time that I use it. And each correction and each revision I give it, it's learning from that machine learning each time. So let's say I'm going to start a clean new bot this time around. I'm going to take the prompt that I've just given you. And the first thing we want to do is we want to make AI sound like us. Another activity that we could go through is we want to teach it all about our niche, so it understands our niche audience intimately, not just the demographical data, but like the psychographic data, the things that keep them up at night. Aaron was talking there about, pushing on hot buttons there early on to get people to take action into Shoply. Well, I can get myself out of the way, and I can, if I've got my bot set up in a way that understands my audience deeply and intimately, I can ask it a question. What's the best way to get my people to be able to, be influenced to make a decision? So I can start to use it as a conversation, two-way conversation. Now I can get it to ask me questions as well, to be able to bring out the information it needs from me. That's a little bit of advanced tactics there, but you start, basically what I'm going to try to teach you is it starts to teach AI like it's a human being, like you're working with it. It's a team member on your team. This team member never gets sick. It works for you 365 days a year. It'll take the abuse that you give it, and it only costs you $20 a month. Like it's a bit of a no-brainer if you ask me. And yes, I do get a little bit angry. I'm an 8 on the Enneagram. I'm driven by anger as a passion. And sometimes I can lose my temper with AI. It's like, come on, how'd you do this? But it takes it. It's not going to get upset. And sometimes it'll actually get a bit cheeky and talk to you back. Anyway, just go have fun with it, and be passionate about what you do here. But anyway, coming back to this, we want to actually now teach this bot here straight away to start to sound and speak like us. And it's going to come up with a table with the styles and the tonality. Now, if I wanted to, start to sound and speak a little bit like Travis here, here's a little hack. I can go and put some of his sample content in mine. And so like take his sample content there, and I'll take my sample content there. If I don't like the way that I speak and sound, I can start to, subtly change my brand up a bit by making me sound and speak like someone else. And I can mix it in. So this is just a little hack. Now, obviously, I'm going to go get content that would be written by me, not by AI. But like my AI is quite mature. It knows how it sounds, how to speak like me. If you're doing it for the first time, go and get content that is being written 100% by you, so you can teach it your style right from the get-go. Or you can, as I said, you can blend different styles. If you don't like your style, you want to be a little bit more professional. You know, for me, I'm dyslexic. I actually left school at year 9. My English and my grammar is atrocious. So I needed to improve that a little bit. So I started taking little bits of content from other people that I aspired to be like, and blended it in with my voice and my tonality, and helped me to start get a bit more grammatically correct, to just to take my copy from, you know, a level 3 to a level 10. Now I can be a copywriting master with, you know, with using mastering AI, GPT and Claude and different AI tools. But let's just say now I've got the sample content in there. I've told it what it needed to say, and it's going to now come up there with that table. Look at that. In 30 seconds, it's come up with a table. Now it's understanding. So combine right, friendly, conversational and motivational tone, a touch of humor. The style should be informal and playful, you know, incorporating colloquial, expressive and slang. You know, so I can, now that's a clean bot. I can start asking, you know, bring in some Aussie slang, but I know some of my USA mates don't understand and know how to interpret our Aussie slang. So I need to then back it off a bit. So this is some of that correction stuff you can teach and educate the AI to get it right. Now, let's go now. Now that it assumed it's all starting to speak and sound like us, I actually want to write some content now. So I'm going to go here now and just grab this post, this prompt here. Now I want you to act like a social media expert marketer, copywriter with over 20 years experience as we craft today's content for my Facebook post. Also make sure, and then so I can go now here and I can grab that, that prompt there. And I'm going to go grab the fill in the blank prompt. This is what I call prompt stacking. So you basically want to start utilizing the prompts here above here just to make sure it stays on point. Now it already knows and sounds like my ghostwriter, and I could just quite simply say, remember to use my tone and style as previous prompt. But if I want to be very specific and I'm teaching it to get more mature, this is just a quick way to do that as well. And I can just copy that prompt that it gave me, the table it gave me, and I can copy and paste that here in my prompt here. And now I can go and say, okay, here is some content for today's post. And I would give it my outline below. Now, I could spend, 5 minutes crafting a bit of an outline, just bullet point it out, or I could just quickly quote a simple sentence. And let's say I need the top 5 recruitment tips for network marketing. This is my spelling atrocious, guys. So don't worry about that. AI doesn't worry about it. It fixes it up for me. I need top 5 recruitment tips for network marketing for today's value add post. Right. So obviously I'd spend a little bit more time in there and I'd give it a bit more detail of what I want for today's post. But let's just say, okay, without giving it that detail, what's it going to come up with it for me? Okay, so here, certainly. So it's going to create this post in my style. And it's going to give me a bit of a value add post here. Now I could take this, and because this is a fresh bot, I wouldn't 100% use that content. It's got me 90% of the way. I would then, start to tweak and adjust it. So I could see there is starting to already curious to know more. It's starting to already ask questions and starting to get engagement going. So it's already acting like a Facebook post, but there you go, straight away. It's be yourself, listen more than you talk, leverage social proof, follow up like a pro, stay consistent. Now that's without me giving any content at all. And it's basically used the content off the internet, what other people have published, because it's got access to everything that was ever published on the internet up until now. I believe it's August 2023. So it's like about 12 months behind what internet. So it's basically pulled out everything that was ever published on the internet, and then it's come up with that post for me in my style of writing. Now I can start to mature that and start to write that. And now if I'm going to take that same post and copy and paste it into a bot that I've already got that's quite mature, let's see what that happens then. And so come up with a different style, because it's going to come up probably with some of the tips that I've already given it in some of the information that I've already given it just for an education purpose. So that's a very young bot. Let's go to one that's more mature and it's got, you know, months and months of content already written here. And I'm going to just copy and paste there just to show you the example and show you the difference. All right, so g'day legends. So it's already starting to sound and speak like me a little bit more. Yeah, you know, there we go. It's obviously got the Caffeinated Kangaroo brand already in there. So it's got know your tribe. It's starting to use my wording. It's still the same framework. You know, master the art of follow-up, provide value first. Like, you know, so there's a couple of different tips there already, right? And there's some of the tips that I talk about all the time as a coach. See, it's got, you know, follow up like a pro, leverage social media, stay consistent. Whereas this one here has got, you know, keep it fun and casual, provide value first, master the art of follow up, share your story, know your tribe. You know, stories, what is it? Story compels, facts tell. And so you're basically attraction marketing 101. You know, every other coach that I've ever listened to as well, you know, they all say, you know, go use story to promote, you know, promote the outcomes, promote the impact of not, instead of promoting the products or the features or the, you know, the benefits, go and promote the results of, you know, that. So use a story to be able to help you to do that. And so I've taught my bot, my AI, to be an attraction marketing master. And so he's got, you know, basically that 16 years worth of education that I've learned as an attraction marketer. And so I've gone through and I've created these fill in the blank prompts to be able to educate that and create posts. So now I've got my content. Cool. That's awesome. Now I can go and put up a nice image like Travis did, you know, with him, keep it personal. Or what happens if I want to create an AI image now? Well, I can quit, you know, DALL-E. If you've got the paid version of ChatGPT, you'll get access to DALL-E and you can start to craft some prompts for images. Now, I've got little custom GPT prompts here that are actually built and designed. This is some AI advanced stuff. You know, my mate Dave actually created a few of these custom GPTs to be able to create some, you know, really elaborate sort of prompts that create some really awesome images. But let's say I just want to use DALL-E and I just want to go back to basics. So I can go here to my content calendar one. And I'm going to just say, okay, cool. Let's craft, let's create an image to go with this post. Now it's a very, very blank, it's sort of very sort of, you know, brief prompt. So I'm not going to get a very good result with this, just to show you an example. And I'll show you something that's a little bit more specific to get a better result. Once again, it's garbage in, garbage out. Put great stuff in, you're going to get great stuff out. But just to show you too, like, you know, I can create an image here just in what 30 seconds as I'm talking to you and doing this training. So straight away, you know, we've got the copy for our post. We can tweak it, we can adjust it. It's got its 90% there. Put a stronger call to action in it, maybe. There you go. Because it already knows my kangaroo style brand and all that sort of thing, it's come up with an image there with for that one there already. Well, so keep it, you know, recruiting, network marketing, kangaroo, caffeine on buzz. No worries, I got you covered. So it's probably used the caffeinated kangaroo there. It's got some social stuff going on. It's got some networking happening in the background. That's created a pretty cool looking image on brand to be able to start with straight away. Now, just to show you, I actually prefer an image creator tool. If you're not familiar with this one, it's called Bing. So it's actually by Microsoft Bing Image Creator. And I found this to be the better one here. So go create an account with them. And so this is how I create a lot of my kangaroo images. You know, I've actually got a podcast I'm running at the moment. So I've been floating around with some on brands. So I've got a really cool cartoon sort of, you know, purple Hawaiian shirt. That's the signature brand there. Ray-Ban sunglasses, the laptop lifestyle dad, you know, and brought the caffeinated kangaroo. And I'll share a story with how that came about in a second. But you can see here with this prompt, you know, it's very specific. So I need a 3D cartoon animation of a whimsical featuring a kangaroo, cartoon kangaroo in a purple Hawaiian outfit, Ray-Ban sunglasses, holding a coffee in one hand, an Apple MacBook, and in a podcast studio, vibrant colors, you know, inspired by Disney and Pixar. So, you know, using expressive facial expressions and exaggerated texts. So you can see there, I put a little bit of detail into that image prompt there, and it's going to give me 4 different versions of that to be able to use. Now, if I want to keep that same sort of cartoon character going there, you'll see that those images, they're not exactly the same. AI is not quite there yet, and it's evolving very, very fast, but I'll never be able to get the exact same image going more than going once. But I can get something similar by using the same prompt. So this part here of the cartoon kangaroo in a purple Hawaiian shirt holding a coffee in one hand, like that's my signature part of that prompt. And so if you look here the other ones, hang on, let's get this zoom out of the way. I can see my bar. So you can see here, like with this one, it's got the kangaroo going a bit of a different style. But then if you've got this one here, once again, it's still the signature sort of style, right? It's got the purple Hawaiian shirt, the caffeinated kangaroo. And you say, so I've got the purple Hawaiian shirt wearing Ray-Ban sunglasses, but then I've added a bit of extras because I wanted, I wanted a bit of a different image to give it a bit of a different scene. So I basically create the image here. So what I'm actually going to give you with this training here is my custom laptop lifestyle dad sticker logo prompt. So this is basically a prompt that I've crafted together and using, so acting like a digital logo graphic designer. This is for DALL-E. So DALL-E is ChatGPT's image creator. There are different image creators out there like Midjourney and Bing and a few other ones. Just showing you some basics here today. So basically all you need to do is just create this, copy and paste this prompt here. And if you want to like come up with a bit of a logo or a bit of a sticker logo, something that's quite cool, you're going to copy that whole entire prompt and you're going to fill in the yellow blanks. So change here. So the words. So you'll see here the prompt, it says the words, the subject, the style. I want you to generate will be placed as subject. So you're going to change here what it says 5-day social selling and AI mastery bootcamp. In those brackets there, you can change that. You're going to put different subject in that describes your brand. And you can give it a bit of a different style of logo. You can give like a simple logo, a neon sticker logo, whatever you want it to call it. But this just show you here as an example of what's pretty cool. This is sort of like next level AI stuff. Now you can sort of now don't have to rely on copywriters or graphic designers anymore if you learn how to master AI. So I'm going to go to Explore GPTs. And I'm going to go to, where is it? The logo creator is one. Also, you can go to DALL-E. So if you just type in DALL-E, there you go, DAL.E. Get rid of the Zoom bar again. Go where Zoom. Let's start chat. So this is like a plugin for ChatGPT. I'm just going to copy and paste that. So what you would change on that prompt is that section, is this section and this section. So let's just hit enter just to show you an example of what that's already one made. So here's a tailor. So prompt is going to give me the prompt, and then it's going to basically ask me to create the image. So, or I can tell it to create this prompt will produce. So, okay, just create. Sometimes you just got to give it a nudge. There you go. It's going to create that image there in the next 30 seconds. And away you go. So today I've shown you how to get ChatGPT to sound like you using a ghostwriter prompt, and then how you can take that and you can go and create your content, and then you can go and play around and have some fun with AI images. Now, with a little bit of a word of warning, AI images are getting there. They're much better than what they were 6 months ago, but sometimes the spelling can still be a little bit wrong. So what I would do is I would just go and recreate that 20, 30 times. You probably get around about 30 or 40% of it will have correct spelling. Or I could take that and I could go and play around that with that on Canva. That's pretty cool though, like 5 days. So, okay, it's got 5 day twice. Social selling and spelt wrong. Yeah, and it's got a couple there double up. So I could go and play around with that and try and get the spelling right through the AI imagery. Or I could go to take that over to Canva and do some editing. But that's a pretty cool sticker logo there, that I could take that. And I could even now start to play with print on demand, stuff as well. And, play around with that sort of thing. That's a whole nother training in itself. But yeah, that's just a bit of an AI sort of exposure there, just to give you some sort of basics, just to sort of, highlight what's actually possible. And the real sort of lesson that I really want you to take away from here is it's garbage in, garbage out, great stuff in, great stuff out. And so AI plus your heart is where the superpower lies. And just remember, it's just a tool. You know, it's not to replace us. One of the things I stand against in the whole AI space at the moment is there's a bot that's going around that's commenting around on everybody's post. Now, I'm not saying that some people are leveraging this in a really smart way. Of course there are. There's always going to be exceptions to the rule. But they're very much, you know, a lot of people are setting themselves up to fail because this bot's not being educated right in the first place, and it's leaving some very amateur sort of comments. And it's just looking tacky, and it's creating a very negative experience to AI. You know, most people now, you know, 18 months into this journey, you know, the majority of the community are starting to get a little bit of AI blindness, starting to get a bit of AI resistance because people have abused it, you know, just like any other tool out there. So, you know, this is where we can start to really use AI to enhance us if we leverage it the right way. You know, we just take some time, we slow it down, we actually teach the AI some basic information about us and lay a really good solid foundation to be able to serve us, not replace us. So guys, thank you very much. That's basically all I have for today's quick training. Just to quickly, if you wanted to continue on and really go deep into this rabbit hole with me in the AI journey, Aaron did give me permission. So I'll just quickly just show you my Facebook group here. It's the Laptop Lifestyle Dads Facebook group. I started off with just starting a community, just laptop lifestyle dads and serving dadpreneurs. And this is the power of niching down. You know, marketing 101 is go find a piece of the pie that's an inch wide, but a mile deep. But when you get that mile deep going and you start to get a brand, it allows you then to branch out with your niche and you can start to spill over. You know, but it's about making sure you create your message that speaks to your audience's heart, that's laser focused. So my whole brand is I'm the laptop lifestyle dad. And so I now have mums and dads in this community and everything in between. So, you know, we've got just over 1,300 members in this community in the last 9 months, and we're growing pretty quickly now. And so this is my free Facebook group here that I host a lot of different masterclasses. I've had Dave Smith from Unipro in here. I've had Austin Armstrong the other week from Syllabi. And so with my podcast now being hosted on the LA Tribune Podcast Network, I'm actually starting to, you know, rub some shoulders with some pretty influential AI experts. And I'm on a mission to be able to help demystify AI and social selling for network and affiliate marketers. So Aaron was talking about he wrote a 5-page ebook thing. Well, I actually wrote a 160-page book in 4 hours using ChatGPT. What I did was I basically got my 12 months worth of bootcamp content and I got it all transcribed. I uploaded that transcript to ChatGPT and I basically gave it some pretty clever prompts. And I said, okay, let's write a book together. And I wrote a book, Social Selling and AI Mastery for Network Marketers. So you can grab that copy for $10 at the moment. That'll be sold on Shoply once I get the vendor application sorted out. And our program, basically ChatGPT Unleashed, I'm probably going to rebrand it because it's so much more than just ChatGPT these days. There's so many different AI tools out there. But our signature course, you know, that's the main reason I got onto Shoply, for, you know, as a coach to be a digital creator and sell my own program on Shoply. But as a network marketer, I love the ability to be able to go build teams. I love the ability to go bring on other vendors. And the thing is too, here really got me excited about Shoply is the whole affiliate influencer program. You know, like I've been a network marketer and a digital marketer now for 16 years. I've seen a lot of different ways to make money online. I've made millions of dollars in e-commerce. I've made millions of dollars through, you know, providing websites and funnel services and Facebook ad services as a service provider. You know, one of the top global recruiters for our travel club at the moment. So I've been there, done that, just about in everything you can think of to make money online. And I'm really excited about Shoply for the fact that I believe and I predict, I'll eat my hat if I'm wrong, this is going to become not just the best way to make money online through Shoply, but I reckon it's going to become one of the easiest, you know, through the affiliate influencer marketing model with the education that you're going to have with people like Travis and Aaron and then just the corporate team alone and all that sort of thing to become an influencer. And the fact that you can go and create a personal brand that builds up serves your niche community and put whatever product that you feel fit in front of them and not being beholden to just one type of product. you can go and serve a pretty awesome community and make some money through affiliate marketing, through network marketing, and through e-commerce. So game on, very excited.
Awesome, Jeff. That was absolutely sensational. I knew I would learn some stuff there. And look, we could do it at 72-hour training nonstop on AI, and we'll get to
Very
that
easy.
journey go. But we are 1 hour and 22 minutes into this training, so I think we'll leave it there for today, guys. Thanks for jumping on. We do this every single week. There won't be a week where this will not happen. Put it in your diary, put it in your phone, set an alarm for the day before, for an hour before. Make sure your team are aware of these trainings. You know, we want to max this out with, you know, over 100 people every week. The next opportunity presentation, Travis just posted in our Facebook group and Telegram chat, will be tomorrow at 5 p.m., I believe, PST, which is 10 a.m. Australian time. So invite. Let's keep this show rolling. Get them on the call with Travis. I'll be running one Wednesday night, Australian time as well. So different time zones to hit different, this is global, right? We're all around the world. So I'll be running another one Wednesday night, 7:30 Australian time. They're all pinned up in the Facebook group as events. So you can go on there, find the Zoom link. You can find the events. You can see everything you need to see there. So we do them every single week as well. So we want to keep the consistency so you guys know that you can rely on the leaders, you can rely on the presentations, you got some consistency with your team every single week to help grow this thing out, learn, upskill, and make it a successful business. Now, also, you might have been keeping track of the news with Telegram. I think the owner of Telegram's been arrested, apparently. And I think Apple might be trying to take the app off the phones. So we'll just do a bit of a post in the group there. There is a setting in your phones that you can turn off so that they can't take apps off your phone, because, you know, we have a great Telegram chat going. It's embedded. There's a lot of privacy with Telegram. We want to keep it going. But, you know, we will add, you know, email and text and other communication channels as well, perhaps for a bit of safety. But you might want to just check out that post in Telegram and Facebook, and maybe just switch off the ability for Apple to delete apps off your phone, so that you can keep the Telegram chat and keep, you know, from the corporate point of view and the team point of view, keep that communication, because knowledge is power when you want to move fast. You need to know updates in real time, and that's one of the best ways to get it, through Telegram right now. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. I'll see you on the opportunity presentation tomorrow. If you need any help with anything, you know where I am. I'm 24/7. Reach out to your upline, reach out to ChatGPT, and let's keep building this thing. Thanks, everybody.